So therefore the next section is what configuring and making changes to receipt. Okay, now when I say configuring and making changes to your receipt in QuickBook, this simply means that you may find yourself wanting in where your client or whoever you've deployed the system for is then complaining about the arrangement of the items or products, or how the products are being arranged on the receipt. He or she is not pleased with, so he will love that you should arrange it in that manner or this manner. So how can you then go ahead and arrange these receipts in the following order to meet your clients or whoever you are deploying the system for requirements? So to do that is very simple. Let's look at that practically. So as indeed I am on my QuickBook point of sale screen, now what I will do is that, for instance, let's make sales for me to then demonstrate what I'm talking about to you. Let's assume that you've made a sales of a Coca-Cola and then you've called, let's say, Heineken. I don't drink Heineken, but I'm just saying. And then you increase it to, as you bought Heineken 3, Fanta, you bought, let's say, 11 pieces of Fanta, and then you go ahead and make sales, save that, save and print. So I'll print this in PDF format, and I'll click on preview. Now when you watch very carefully, you can see that here the item name is showing, the quantity is showing, and then the price is showing, and then the extended price. Now this extend price is total confusion. Maybe you don't want to understand this extend price. What does it mean? You can also change it to total. Okay, now this is kind of like this. Okay, this very side, you say it's price, so you want to change this also to unit price. Are you with me? You want to change the price here to unit price, and then you change here to total. Now you said there's a T beside the product. There's a TTT beside the product. You don't want this T. Okay, the person said I don't like this T. This T is like tax, so the person doesn't want the T to show. Then you can see here, you can see we have 0% tax. The person who said I don't want the 0% tax should be showing also, so take that also off. So these are the requirements the person or whoever you are deploying the system for, his concern is that you should change the field here, the price here, to unit price or unit cost, and then change what is here also to, let's say, total. Instead of extend price, change it to total price or total. So how do we do this? Now for you to do this, let me close this. First, what you must do is that you can equally come to where we have file. Now when you click on file, from the file drop down list, you can see we have what utility, and then we also have what preferences. Okay, so we also have tools. So what you must do is that come to where we have tools and come to print what description, to take you to the printer receipt. By default is using 40 columns, which is this column, which is the default printer columns. Now the default printer template is going to be selected. As you can see, this one is already highlighted, which is the default. So for you to make changes, just select that which is already selected and come to where we have modify. Now when you click on modify, it will then give you the template layout. So as it has given you the template layout, remember the first field you want to change is the price here. You want to change the price here to what? To unit price, so, or unit cost. So you select that and you double click on it. The moment you double click on it, that field will be selected, which is this. It's called what? Price. Selecting the price, and then when it comes down here, we have display this heading. Okay, when it comes, as it is selected, you see where we have display this heading. So click there, and then you type units, okay, unit costs. So unit cost there. So that means that it's going to display this very what? Heading. Then when it come and select where we have what? Extended price. So you can see that display unit cost there. So select extended price. Maybe the extended price, you want to change it to total instead of extended price. So you click there and just type your what? Your total. Done. Now remember, I said that the T here, there's a T showing here. The T refers to the tax. So go ahead, and then this is where we have available fields. Come and uncheck the tax, and that T will disappear. Okay, fair enough. Now, after considering that, go ahead and click on OK. And you can see that we have unit cost and then total. Now let's come down here. You don't want the tax also should be displaying on the receipt. Okay, down the receipt. So you can click there and then you double click. The moment you double click, it will the available fields that are showing at the bottom, you go ahead and uncheck it. You can see where we have tax information. So uncheck the tax information and go ahead and click on OK. Now, if the customer is saying that they cannot see the items that are being sold on the receipt, so you want it to increase them, you can equally double click. When you select the fields, each field, you come to where we have change font. You can change the font, change font size. You can also change the font size also as well. So you can do any of, if you want a particular field to come up before the other, you can select that particular field. Let's say I want the extended price, known as the total, should come first before the unit cost. I can select the extended price and click on up, and that becomes first here before the unit cost, which is not professional. So all the time the unit cost comes before the total. So I'll select the extended cost, which refers to the total, and click on down, and that's come down. And after that, I'll go ahead and click on OK and come to this side here, okay, where we have save, and click on save, and I'll go ahead and close my receipt, and that is it there, and close this also. Now the moment I come and call a particular item like Heineken, and let's say the Heineken, for instance, I'm selling two pieces of Heineken cash, and save, and I go ahead, save and print. Save and print. You can see where we have print to PDF. If I click on preview, when I click on preview, you can see that it has changed here, units, cost, and then total. But there's another problem. When you watch very carefully, the tax has removed all right, but you can see this side we have quantity and unit cost. The quantity and unit cost are joining together. Okay, they have to have a space between them. So how can you bring space between them? Because the quantity, unit cost, they are joined together, it becomes like the same thing. So for you to bring space in between, yours is to just go ahead, close this, and go ahead, come to where we have file, and go to tools, and then you select the printer or diagram, whatever. Select where we have the 40 columns, and come to where we have modify, and come down here where we have the item and description this side. Double click on that. Now you want to bring space in between, okay, in between this. Select that, select the quantity. So after I select the quantity, come to where we have available fields. Screw, and you see where we have the written space, okay, here, enable space. You can see it here, this very one, enable space. So I'll tick that, tick. Now the enable space has come first, but I don't want it to come first. I want it to come in between the quantity and the unit cost. So I'll select enable space and then click on up. Then you can see as I click on up, it has come first. It was here, this side. and it has come in between the unit cost and then the total. So I click on up again, and to come in between the quantity and then the unit cost. Then after that, I'll go ahead and click on OK and click on save. Then I'll close the window. Now close this. Now let me set an item to demonstrate to see whether it is showing. When I click and select, let's say Coca-Cola, and let's say I'm selling only one, and then save, yes, and click on save and print, and then click on print preview. You can see that now there is a space between the quantity, the unit cost, and the total nicely. So that is how you can then go ahead and then configure or modify your receipt to suit to your customers' needs. And that is all about that. I'll end this section here, and that is all for today.